welcome back. I'm here with Bryson. It's been a while since we've seen the last video. However, he's going to do a large recap for us so we can pick back up where we left off in just a minute.
What's up, YouTubers? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on this video.
Yes.
We're trying to get more likes than James Charles' last video. That dude got a bunch of likes. I mean, he's good looking. But, we're going to make it big on here with all these crazy-ass stories. So I know that I went down to Florida and I actually got caught down there. Actually played a couple holes with Tiger Woods and everything like that. So has been a second. I think Savannah was in here. She's kind of hot. I like to swipe with her on Tinder. But that's neither here nor there. So I had kind of talked to y'all about a couple of my crazy Tinder experiences. One with my cousin. That was crazy.
That was really crazy.
That's some cousin loving on a different level.
Yes, if you
right
didn't
there.
watch it, make sure you go watch that one.
Absolutely. And then also, when I went down to Charlotte, where my buddy goes, turns out that I about got banged by a transvestite. Now, that was wild. That was a hell of an experience. The one-eyed Willie about got me on that one. This ain't the Goonies either, I can tell you that. But then we came to the one that was really crazy and actually scared me. And it kind of affects me still today on when I got date rape drugged.
Yeah.
So where we kind of talk about is, we kind of met up at the bowling alley, pounding a couple beers, like we were with the broskies, but we were with a bitch. Sorry about that. But anyway, we were there, and as I said, first one goes down, brings a second picture, takes a little while to come back with it. And as I later find out that she had actually roofied me. So we get back to my place, like I was saying, and I'm drowsy, I'm feeling terrible. I mean, obviously I'm about to pass out, and she's sitting here asking for money, and then she ends up getting into my safe. So that's where we left off.
Yes.
Okay.
And she took $800.
$800 because I just bought my little cousin a swing set. So with the $800, she was sitting there, and she was acting so malicious. And like I had said before, she was beautiful, but she almost had this crazy in her eye, and this crazy look in her eye, and it honestly scared me. I can still see it when I close my eyes like that. Really scares me.
Yeah,
Definitely. It really
definitely.
does. Yeah. So I ended up, I just felt, I was like this. And I just felt so scared for my life. And she sitting there and she was toying with me. Like she enjoyed this. And I was like, why are you doing this? She was like, the strip club don't pay that good. And I was like, you're a stripper? And she was like, honey, I do this all the time. And I was like, I can't believe it.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, and so I wasn't the first. So in my head, I was thinking, is she going to try to hurt me? I mean, if this isn't her first time, I'm sure she's done it to other people. Why haven't they snitched? Like, why haven't they? Like, what's going on?
And why has she not left?
Exactly. So, she's sitting there toying around with me. Sitting there poking me with a walking stick and taking spoons and throwing them at me and pouring chocolate milk all over me. Just fucked up shit.
Yeah, I mean, just random.
Yeah. So I was really starting to get scared. I mean, she was doing childish things to me. But I really was wondering, like, if she's doing all this to me, obviously I'm going to snitch. Is she planning on killing me? So, she's sitting there doing all this, and she leaves the room for about 5 minutes. Her phone rang. She went to go take it. And I'm sitting there. At this point, it's been, I'd say, about 45 minutes since we left the bowling alley. I'm about to knock out.
So you can't even walk or...
Oh, no. And I was trying to yell for help. But I was like, help.
Yeah.
Because, I was knocked out, basically.
Yeah.
So she comes back in, and I was like, can you please just get my inhaler from the room? And she was like, oh, I can't have you dying on me yet. And in the back of my head, I was like, oh gosh. Yet. But I had a trick up my sleeve. Blue, the dog that I mentioned earlier. Blue, come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Old Bluebird was in the other room. Little did she know. And I have a secret word for when I'm in danger or anything like that. The moment she opens that door, I yell, Chupacabra! Which I'm holding him right now, so he knows not to attack. But when I yelled Chupacabra, he jumped up and nearly chomped her face off.
Oh my goodness.
Blue's a crazy dog. He attacked me.
And you said he is what kind of dog?
He's a pit bull and a husky mix. But I also feed him.
He can get vicious.
And I also feed him steroids.
Okay.
But that's off the record. You gotta edit that out. But yeah, he jumps up and does that. And I'm sitting here, as you can tell, about to pass out.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Blue's sitting there fighting. There's a big struggle because, I mean, I don't know if she had a knife on him or what, but he starts whimpering. But he's still going at it. He's protecting his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's sitting there, and, you know, they're going at it. And all I could do was try and reach for my phone that I had laying on the nightstand, my landline. And I know I still have one. My grandma put it in there because she don't have a cell phone. She can't get long distance calls on cell phone, blah, blah, blah. So I tried to call 911, and I grabbed it, and I could barely speak out 311 Barney Fife Drive, which was my address.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, what's wrong? And I just, at this point, I was mumbling. And the last thing I knew is I saw Blue on top of her. And that's all I remember. You know, I don't know how long I was out, but I wake up, I don't know if the EMS had given me a shot of something or what, but I wake up, I want to say it was like 5 o'clock in the morning at this point. And I'm sitting there, and they have a body bag over this girl. And they had Blue around with a leash. And I'm sitting here freaking out, like, what just happened and everything. And it turns out that Blue, she didn't die, by the way, viewers, but Blue actually got her unconscious and was sitting there on the bed just in case she got up to protect me. And I sit there and I had to explain myself on there. I was like, yeah, I met this crazy bitch on Tinder. Like, she was hot. And they were like, mm-hmm. And, because, I mean, they thought she was hot, too. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, I saw one of the EMS girls go, I don't know if they were dating or what. But, you know, she sit there and nudged them. And, you know, I was really in disbelief. And they had filled me in. I was like, yeah, your dog, you know, took care of you. And I wasn't about to tell them that it was one that I stole from down in Charlotte from Transvestite. That'd get a little weird. They're like, I'd probably stay off that Tinder website. But I didn't. So, you know, I filed all the paperwork and everything. I put a restraining order against this person. I sued them. I got my $800 back. And I think what had happened is the person actually got put in jail. And he got sentenced to a life sentence because multiple people actually stepped up once I had the courage. And you know what she actually did to those other men?
What?
Took off their fingernails.
Ooh.
And she would torture them. And she said that if they ever squeaked, they would take their firstborn son or daughter. So... Was
she after money? Or did she do this for the fun of it?
That's what I'm thinking. You know, that never really came out because they did put her in jail. But I'm not sure if it was for the money or if it was just some kind of sick, twisted idea of something. Or maybe she just wanted to be in control. You know, if she was abusing her past, who knows? But,
do you know she was the only one involved in that? Like her, like the bad guy, you know. Does she have anybody else on her team with her?
Well, they looked at the phone to see who the recent calls was. And there was a call to a blocked, or like an unknown number. And they could only call her. She could not call out. So they're very smart about that. And they had saw that there was multiple calls being made. And so it turns out that they are looking for someone else.
Oh.
So
okay.
that kind of makes me uneasy to know that there might be someone out there.
Makes you really not want to get on Tinder, I'm sure.
Exactly. But, you know, I love them Tinder women. You know, as you can tell, it's quite a roller coaster ride. I've met up a couple.
Was that your last one, or have you been on there since then?
Well, I had been on there since then because, like I said, that happened earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up having that crazy cousin on there after that. But as of present day, I actually ended up, believe it or not, finding the girl that I'm actually with today. Yes.
Wow. So it's working out in that relationship.
Yeah, it is. We've been together for 3 weeks, and I'm thinking about proposing. And it sounds crazy. I know all these other women have been crazy in less time or even more time. But, I really find a connection. Don't judge. But she's 60 years old.
She's how old?
60. But, she takes care of me. But, that'd be something for another time if you ever decide to bring me back.
Okay. Thank you so much, Bryson, and thank you, YouTubers, for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe.
Thank
Bye.
you, YouTubers.